Okay, so we got there's a Wes, could you say your name please?
Wesley Arstall.
Has reached out to us through you knew Greg Melisson. You said Greg was in a bit of a you haven't heard from him or
He actually went back. His parole officer sent him back just for shouting at her. Sent him back to the Penn, and like me being in the penitentiary was really bad because like I tried to commit suicide from a sprinkler last Christmas and I got institutionally charged for it. And I also been like in a prison cell for 12 days completely naked, no running water, no nothing. I'm like self-harmed in front of guards and stuff. And I was also there with Greg when that guy overdosed on fentanyl, and we had to give him a shot of crystal meth. And I put in numerous requests just to see psychologists. Nothing happened. I've been like beaten up by the guards for no point where I couldn't even eat for 3 days, like zip cuffed by guard. Like I've been zip cuffed by the guards. When they took it off, they cut my leg, and just, like it goes on. Like it just went on and went on. Like, and how they don't like give guys proper like needle kits within the institution.
yeah.
They're nothing, and it's pretty bad not receiving the help we need for our mental health. And like I was an RPC in Saskatoon, and I've just watched it go on where there's no help with the mental health within the institutions.
Thanks for reaching out to us because we're your story. Like you're not alone. There's a lot of people talking out about that about it's just sounds like torture. So are you? You said you're okay. You're okay. You're in Regina.
Yeah, I'm in the Regina halfway house. Okay. And when my buddy committed suicide, like he cut his nose off the night before, and they took him down to mental health in Penn, or pardon me, the off cells, and then they brought him back, and then we heard bed sheets ripping where guys were like hitting their cell calls saying this guy's gonna commit suicide. Then they hear a chair kick out. We hear a chair kick out, and then like a whole bunch of us started going off. Well, they popped the cells open because it's time for lunch. And my buddy goes right to his cell, rips him down, tries to give him CPR. Then the guards come running out. Okay, lock up. You put a can of CO2 spray in his face, saying you're going to spray him when he's giving CPR to someone. Well, then at that point, they left him there for like a minute on the ground, and he just died. And the guards said, yeah, it's just other stupid Indian, like, dead, you know what I mean? And it was like, to see that, like, even me being a Caucasian male at 28 years old, me seeing that bothers me. But at the same time, like, I realize it's my fault being in that institution, the state I put myself in. But the human torture these guys go through, where I am today being a Christian, where I look at these guys going through it within our charter rights, I see how, like, it's human torture, but at the other time, I realize, what are these other guys going through in other countries in these prisons? What is it really like for someone to be in these prisons, going through the pain and suffering on day-to-day basis, getting harassed by guards? Like, I look at my buddy Greg, where he got raped in the institutions, and the guards just picked on him. And then I look at, how is that? And they want us to do programs and see us change for the better, to do better in life. but then them harassing us, how's that gonna do for the guys what are gang members, what have the gang mentality, going on the street where someone picks on them? What are they gonna do? They're gonna beat them up, they're gonna stab them, or either shoot them, where they end up in the institution again, because every time someone goes into that institution, all the government sees is money, 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 because like I look at how much they spend on female toilet papers, $500,000 a year, and then $250,000 a year for the male, and I'm just like, that is ridiculous.
It's so disgusting. It's like we've been kind of covering this for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks going on, and to me, it's like treating human beings like worse than cattle in a big egg farm, like beating them and hurting people and expecting them to get better. People don't get better from being hurt.
No, and the thing is, when you leave someone in a cell for 6 months straight, 23 hours and 55 minutes a day, where they only get 5 minutes out to shower, how's that going to do physically and mentally to their mind and emotionally? Eventually they're going to break down emotionally, and then there's going to come the mentally part in their head where they're going to seek out by self-harming, doing things, acting out, like blocking their cell window, doing little things like that, just to receive a little bit of attention. What they need, well, really what they need is to get out of that cell, do some exercise, go to yard, like for their hour, what they're legally supposed to have when you're on suicide watch or whatever. See, they put me in the hole because of the way I acted up, because I was one of those inmates, or we'll say convicts, because inmate's a piece of shit term, but they did that to me because I would stand up for these other inmates, be in the unit rep and stuff. They'd just leave me in the hole, because when I was unit rep, I would stand up for everyone on the range, and I would try to represent, okay, this is what we need done on the range. Then when I went to them, boom, I'd always be getting hauled off to the max or the off cells or whatever.
You were singled out. You felt you were singled out for trying to, like, make it better.
Oh, yeah. And me being a small guy in the institution, I had lots of big guys stand up for me, but necessarily, me getting picked on and stuff. Like, I was an ex-gang member, like, I was terror squad. I used to be a member for many years. I put that behind me, and as soon as I go to the Penn, they put me on the rival gang members range, where I had to fight at the beginning, but then when they found out, okay, I'm not affiliated no more, they just left me be. But it was day-to-day basis where I was getting in fights, I was like, they don't look out for no one in there, like, for their general well-being. Like, for me, it doesn't really bother me, because I know how it is in jails and stuff, being in there from a young age. But, it was also my life choices what put me in the institution, I realized. But the rate people go through not getting help in there and seeing how it is in the institutions is what bothers me, the mental health, because I've reached out to, like, CTV News, my lawyers and stuff, because I even have my own lawsuit going against the institution from when I hung myself, because they charged me for a sprinkler when I tried to commit suicide last Christmas, on Christmas Day, where that's sad. Wouldn't the person's life be more important than a sprinkler head?
Oh my God. I've never, that's disgusting. These people are disgusting.
That's what I dealt with on day-to-day basis, where I tried to commit suicide and getting charged for it.
Oh. I just, like, thanks for calling and sharing this and stuff. And I think that one of the biggest things is the public needs to realize this isn't a place where people go to get rehabilitated. This is a torture facility.
And the thing is, with the drugs and stuff, how do they not just send people to rehab? Like, why? They're saying we need more and more funding for these prisons. Okay, well, why do you need more funding? No, you don't. The only reason you want more funding is so you could open more prisons. The way I look at it is why they want more money is to open up these more prisons so then the government makes more and more money, because every inmate in the institution, like my standards, I think it's $500 to $800 a day per inmate to be in that institution. Well, think about how much money you're already making if there's 400 or 500 guys in a prison already. Like,
yeah, it's designed for them to make money. It's like they get money for the head. You know what I mean? It's sick.
Yeah, and then when in the instant, like in RPC, a psychiatric center, they force medication upon people where if they don't take it, the ERT team suits up. This is how the psychiatric center works in Saskatoon. If guys don't take their medication, like schizophrenic people, or even guys like me, the ERT team will suit up. Like, that's like the goon squad. They'll suit up in a whole year where, you know, like if an inmate went to stab them or whatever, it wouldn't happen. But they roll on someone, they pin you down, and they stick a needle.
Are you there?